My name is Kellie Travis and I am from Mission Viejo, California. I was looking at the languages that the university offered and comparing it to the CIA's critical languages. I realized Russian was on the list and I had always enjoyed learning about Cold War history, so I thought that it would be a good match, and I think it was one of the best decisions I've ever made. I was a little bit intimidated when I started learning Russian because it does have a different alphabet, but to be honest, we learned the Russian alphabet within the first week, and once you overcome that barrier, it's a challenge, but it's also great fun. Russian literature is very rich. Some of the most famous authors come from Russia, like Tolstoy and Pushkin. We also learned a lot about the history and culture of Russia, which is fascinating because it is so different from our own. The Russian people have been through a lot of strife. They have had a lot of despotic rulers, so it's interesting to be able to learn about this culture and the history and try to put yourself in their shoes. This semester I'm taking a class called Russian Romanticism with Professor Gillespie. We read literature from 19th century Russia to be able to read some of the very famous poems by Alexander Pushkin and other Russian poets and writers, and speak about it in Russian. It was very challenging but also very rewarding. Last semester I studied abroad in St. Petersburg, Russia, which was an absolutely amazing experience. I took all my classes in Russian. We were also able to travel around Russia. We went on a 45-hour train ride to Sochi, and we also traveled to Moscow and other places around Russia in order to see what the culture is in each of these different regions. I'm in the Russian honors track, and for the honors track we have to write a senior thesis. I'm writing about the Soviet Gulag system, which was the forced labor camp system during the Soviet Union, specifically methods of resistance in the Gulag camp. It's definitely a very sad moment in their history, but it's also a story that needs to be told. I am applying to law school. I want to be an international lawyer. Studying Russian for 4 years, it has been an absolutely fascinating experience. I wouldn't take it back for a second.